This will be a quick review of kernel photo or JPEG repair software. I noticed it was spammed in my on Reddit, and I saw it spammed in on my own website in the comment sections. I saw it spammed on my YouTube channel, and I thought it would be nice. Maybe it would be nice to have a quick look, see what it does, see how it works, see if it works. So I decided to download it, and I will test it against a couple of corrupt files I have in my test batch, which I normally use to test my own software against when I have new builds. See if I didn't screw up anything, or if a new feature works as designed. And so I have a bunch of corrupt files. I will start with some raw files, raw Canon photos. I don't know if it actually advertises this capability, but I think you could regard their closest competitor Stellar photo repair, and that does support raw photos. It says it repairs them. It doesn't actually repair them. It gets the full. It tries to get JPEGs out of them. RAWs typically embed a JPEG, sometimes several JPEGs. And Stellar extracts those from raw files, and often the wrong one, the smaller one, but nevertheless it advertises this capability. I don't know if Kernel does, but we'll try it. So it will. It warns us it will save thumbnails of repaired photos, not the full thing. It asks us where it where it should save the files. It tries to repair them, and it seems, or it does not support raw photos at all, or in this case it fails to detect any JPEG data embedded in the raw photos. So if this would be a comparison between a kernel and Stellar, then Stellar would win this one. I've tried those photos against Stellar photo repair as well, and I know it extracts I know it extracts JPEGs. I've tested it. I've done a video on it too somewhere, I think. Now, to prove there are actually full res JPEGs inside these Canon RAW files, I will run JPEG repair in extract mode, and also select a few of the raw files from the start of the folder, and you can actually see that there are full resolution JPEGs embedded inside those corrupt raw files. So it appears that's something that kernel photo repair is not capable of, or it failed in this specific case. Now we'll go over a couple of JPEGs with corrupt headers. Various type of header corruption, varying from a couple of bytes missing at the start of the file up to complete destruction of the Huffman tables, which are needed to decompress the JPEG bitstream. Now, for all of these files, the actual JPEG data is still in there, so the damage is purely limited to the header. So you should be able, if you repair the header, then you should be able to decode the JPEG data and show an image. Yeah, And I will first go with kernel again, and then we'll to prove there's actual the actual JPEG bitstream is there. I will then repair with my own tool, JPEG repair. It asks us again where to save it. I find it annoying, but I guess you could argue it's a good thing that it does that. That's a matter of opinion and choice. I'm not gonna whine about it. Now we see it manages to repair 3 out of 8. It says it repairs 3 out of 8. Now and then I think those are the relatively light cases, so a couple of bytes missing at the start of the file. It saves it in separate folders, which I am not a fan of, because what if I would be repairing 80 files? You would need to access 80 separate folders. Oh yes, it saves a thumbnail. I mean, JPEG Repair, my own tool, does the same thing in the trial edition, but it's not this small. I mean, you can hardly see anything. You could even wonder if this is the actual thumbnail that's in the JPEG, and it just extracted that. With a thumbnail like this, how would you be able to tell if it extracted the embedded thumbnail or actually repaired the file and then scaled it down to the size of a thumbnail? So 11 kilobytes for a thumbnail. I guess we can extract the thumbnails and compare the sizes. But personally, I do not like this at all. I mean, it's too small, and like I said, it might as well be the actual thumbnail that it just ripped from the corrupt JPEG file. If you're from Nucleus Technologies, the writer of this software, and you're watching this, provide me with a license and I will retest so we can check this out. So we can verify it actually repaired the file rather than extracting the thumbnail. So I've now extracted thumbnails with JPEG Digger. And these are actually larger than the thumbnails created by Kernel's software. So it could be that they indeed scaled down the actually repaired file. I'm going to remove them because otherwise it's just noise. So, okay. Maybe it was maybe it is actually repaired files. Okay, I will demonstrate the files can actually be repaired, that the actual JPEG bitstream is intact. I will use JPEG Repair, my own tool. And to be fair, I need to say that JPEG Repair does not check out the header and tries to detect inconsistencies and then tries to resolve those. Instead, it will ask for a reference file that is shot with the same camera. It will grab the header from that file. It will strip it from data specific to the reference file. It will then look at the corrupt file. It will rip the corrupt header from the corrupt file and glue on the modified header of the reference file. So that's how JPEG Repair does it. Now the problem is that I recorded this video without, and I forgot to turn the microphone on. So you see, I was talking here. I don't know what I was explaining or saying here, but we'll just have to wait until I'm done babbling so we can continue with the rest of the video. Finally, there he goes. So repair header. This needs to go back to the default setting. Select corrupt files. It will then ask for the intact reference file. It's from a Canon 60D. Okay. And then you'll be able to see that it can actually produce full resolution JPEG files. So the damage was actually limited to the header, and the bulk of the file. I mean, the JPEG data is the bulk of the file. The header is just a tiny part of it. Is intact, and this is why you can repair this file by a header transplant, so to speak. So kernel, we were looking at that. I'm not entirely convinced. Their proof of being able to repair the file with a trial in the form of a little tiny thumbnail is for me not proof enough, but maybe, I mean, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So, and in that case, they were able to repair 3 out of 8 JPEG files with corrupt headers, and they were able to get JPEG data from 0 Canon RAW files. And further, the thing I noticed that I absolutely do not like is the fact that it stores each repaired file in a separate folder. I mean, I think that's simply impractical. If you have to repair 50 images, yeah, I think that's not how I would do this. So if you're a Nucleus Technology peep, and you want me to verify against those same corrupt files if it did actually repair the full resolution file in those 3 cases, then you can email me and give me a license, and I will test it if you would like me to. Okay, this was a short review for Kernel JPEG or photo repair. I don't know what it's called, they give it different names.